This is the Tree of Life, Season 25, Chapter 5. In this episode, we will be talking about the impact of non-integration of an impulse in reverse substitution on the tautological flow of consciousness from vessel to vessel. There are a few ways that the tautological flow of consciousness from vessel to vessel can be altered in the absence of infinite recursion, with common effects on consensus. In the first, displacement mirroring, the negated impulse at the conclusion of reverse substitution is displaced to an adjacent structure member. That is, the negated impulse becomes affirmed by some contextually local individual such that they experience the impulse in the place of the first. In reverse substitution, the impulse, which is acted out by the incoming consciousness, only results in emotional coupling and recurrence if it is further integrated, that is, there is no subsequent negation at the conclusion of the event. If there is subsequent negation, the result is the migration of the incoming consciousness, such that it compels acquiescence in a substitution event sequential to the first. We see that in the substitution event, there is a division of the consciousness of the vessel, such that there are two streams. The one stream where the incoming consciousness compels acquiescence, and the other linear stream, which follows from before the sequential substitution event. Practically, this means that the bifurcation of awareness is only possible through a division in the vessel, or the tautological flow. Now, what are the practical impacts of this? In emotional coupling, we see sharing of experience within the tautological flow. We see common experience unifying discrete subjects, the incoming and outgoing consciousness. In its absence, we see the outgoing consciousness withdrawing from the experience which they negate, the expansion of the tautological flow prevented by a division within the vessel. This isolates the vessel and the outgoing consciousness from the tautological flow, a shifting consensus, and the community of consciousness represented by that flow. It also limits future self-interactions with the agency of future self. Since we see that tautological priority forms with regards to trends, such that the incoming consciousness has already acquiesced to the impulse they act out for the outgoing consciousness, this division within the vessel causes exclusion from trends. The key lesson is that consensus shifts largely through two mechanisms. First, the tautological flow from vessel to vessel expanding by incorporation of greater and greater numbers of subjects in greater degree. And two, through the longer context length afforded to those higher in hierarchical priority. We saw that hierarchy recapitulates tautology, that is, hierarchy ensures the tautological flow which permits the joining of subjects through reverse substitution events. These weak phase linking interactions are about eliminating an obstruction in the tautological flow. This only impacts the incoming consciousness, however, as the outgoing consciousness remains dissociated from the impulse and expression. That's the end of the podcast for today.